So, in this closure book video, we are going to learn about excellent debugging features in Leiningen projects and how to use Calva and nREPL. Okay, so nREPL is a closure library which helps you debug really well, and I'm going to show you how. You can do a thing called instrumentation where you can just debug a function almost, not almost, really step by step, and you can understand what's happening. I wouldn't say debug a function, debug almost any closure code step by step. Okay, right? So, and understand what really happens. You can set up breakpoints and all those stuff, right? So that's the thing, and yeah, let's look into how to do that, right? So first, I'll just create a new Leiningen project. Okay, I'm using Mac and you could use Linux. In fact, like I just say, use GNU Linux and it's not proprietary, right? So okay, I'm into my code folder and I just do this debug and break and this thing and and I'm just launching my VS Code. I would say you'd rather go with VS Code AM if you really like to have freedom, but yeah, like I'm just going with VS Code because VS Code seems to have some issues. But yeah, if you can ignore that issues, yeah, VS Code is really great, right? So, right. Okay, so I don't know, like every time I just launch this, something needs to be updated in VS Code. So it is somewhat kind of broken in that way, but yeah, yeah, right now for closure, I don't have any other good alternative, and I'm not intelligent enough to learn Emacs, right? So yeah. Okay, so let's come back to our closure book. And yes, okay, so the first thing what I just want to do is I just want to check whether the closure is 112.4. Okay, so and because I just like to use the latest. Okay, right. So and I just go to project CLJ. Yeah, it's 111.1, right? I just want to change this to 112.4, right? Why not, right? And next, I just want to add this excellent library called nREPL, like which you can use to debug, right? And of course, you can find about nREPL in Clojars, right? So, and yeah, right now I'm not going into that, so I'm just adding it as given in my book, right? So that's the thing, right? And that's about it. Yeah, now, yeah, let's keep a program, right? It's called dbg. Okay, it's called as loop. So let me go to my source folder and put a new file called loop.clj and let me make it bigger, so that like I want everybody to see it. Okay, so yeah, and that's about it. And I'm just putting this code over here, right? That's it. So now let's jack in, right? And we have this jack in menu over here. So I just jack in, right? And I select lead engine, right? Hopefully everything should work right. So yeah, I think it downloaded Clojure 112.4. If it's not there, it also downloaded the nREPL, I think 170, right? 170, right? If it's not there, and it jacked in, right? So now I just keep my cursor over here and option enter, and that's it. So yeah. So I just get it. Okay. So now I just do something like this. Command Shift P and or Control Shift P in some other computers, right? Or Alt Shift P. I don't know. I'm not really sure like what's being used in other computers, but yeah, I just use Mac. Yeah, right. I think it's just Control Shift P on GNU Linux and yeah, Windows. Sorry, I just don't know. I've almost never used Windows, right? So yeah. So now we'll just instrument top level form, right? This is what we'll just use. Okay, so And if we do this, look what happened. It just put dbg on top of this one, right? And in the coming sections, we can do it manually. And you do have all these buttons over here, right? So this button is for quit. You can just quit it. Okay, right? So that's the thing, right? And this button is for step into, which we will use. And this button is for, it's called as continue, right? So yeah, it's called as continue, right? So that's the thing, right? We will use only these three buttons because only these three buttons work for me. I don't know what's the use for other buttons and all those things. Okay, so now what happened was, look, it just came over here and it just stopped. Okay, where the I value is 1. So I just go into the step into, right? So, and if you just look, I is equal to 1 over here, right? So, and that's the thing, right? And yeah, it is also showing some call stack over here, which I missed. Okay, right? And now if I just put like println I, now I is 1. Okay, right? And now println got executed. So 1 gets printed over here, right? And still I is 1 over here. And now I got incremented. And now next it needs to go to the recur. Okay, so and yeah, it just shows the call stack is recur. And yeah, like yeah, now it just goes to this one, this less than or equal to. Now I is 2 because we incremented it by 1, right? And yeah, like yeah, I less than or equal to 5 is true, and I is 2 over here, right? And yeah, now it comes to println, now it's got printed, and so on and so forth. So in order to do it fast, I can just press this continue, right? Now I is 3 and 3 got printed. Now I is 4, yeah, 4 got printed, and now I is 5 and 5 got printed. Now I is 6. So is 6 less than or equal to 5? I don't think so, right? So it should come out, and it came out, right? So that's how you what to say debug stuff. Okay, so but yeah, like I think you need to read what to say, like run this video again and again to know what I just did, because I did very fast. And yeah, maybe my book will help you, right? So that's the thing, right? And I think the next section is called as explicit debug. Okay, right? Or okay, it's called hash debug, right? So you can, okay, yeah, so okay, right? um okay, okay, right. Okay, so I don't know where I have specified it. Okay, right? So the next stuff what you can do is like you can just, okay, before the REPL itself put a debug for you, and you can put a dbg over here, that is debug over here manually, right? And you can just execute this. Keep your cursor over here and option enter, right? So now the very same thing happens, okay? But the only thing is, like, I have explicitly said I need to debug this one, right? So that's the thing, right? So that's it. So 3, 4, 5 and done, right? So that's the thing. And now I just want to tell you about quit. Okay, so and yeah, like I just place my cursor, option enter, right? So two, okay, one got printed, two got printed, and maybe three got printed. Now I'm just, yeah, I just know my program works well. I just want to quit out. Yeah, so that's it. That's how the quit works. Okay, so you can just quit stuff up abruptly and come out of the debugger, right? So that's the thing, right? So yeah, that is the stuff. Uh, and there are other buttons too in the debugger which I haven't used, and I really don't know what they serve for. But yeah, anyway, their names are, yeah, like continue. Yeah, this we used. Okay, like I don't know what's really step over. I tried it, it didn't work. Step into worked. I think you just saw, right? Yeah, you can just go step by step. And step out, yeah, I tried it, it didn't work. Maybe I think in highly nested stuff it'll work. I'm not sure, right? Okay. And restart, okay, restart. Maybe shall we try, because it's not there in my book. But yeah, yeah, we can just try, right? Okay, so now 2, 1, 2, and now restart and unknown error. Extremely sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So restart doesn't work, right? So yeah, I just quit it. Yeah. So and disconnect, yeah, you just saw like it also works. Okay, so these are the only these three buttons. Okay, continue, step into, and disconnect. Only these three works. And other, I don't know. I could be doing something wrong. I'm not sure, right? So yeah. So that's the thing, right? So and then there is another thing called break. Okay, so yeah, quitting we just saw, and yeah, this is using explicit debug, which we also saw, and yeah, like DBG and break. Okay, yeah. So this I'll just copy and I'll just put it in the very same program, right? So like I just don't want to keep creating another, right? So that's the thing, right? So over here, what happens is it is the same program, right? So but the thing is, yeah, let me just run it. When I run it, you'll just see, right? Yeah, I just quit, and why it's not? I just quit. Okay, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let me just keep over here and just try it. I really don't know what's happening. I think I need to jack out. So some error has happened, right? So something's not working right. Jack out. I don't think even that's working, right? Let me just quit my ID and go to code once again, right? So something like this happens now and then. So I don't know, makers of Calva, like maybe something is there in Calva or I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, right? Okay, so now let me just put this one, okay, right? And let me just do jack in, right? So jack in, right? So then engine, hopefully everything works. Okay, and yeah, like I just want to remove everything off. Okay, okay, and even I don't want my terminal. Yeah, so now I just keep my cursor anywhere, right? And I just put option enter, right? So look, yeah, so look, it came to I equal to 3, okay, and it just stopped. So when you give break and when you give the condition, when that condition hits, it goes to the debug. So now I can just step into and yeah, like it just runs then. Afterwards, it just runs because we are only breaking in the condition where I is equal to 3. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So let me just run it once again, right? It'll just only work for I is equal to 3, right? So maybe if you want to break after I is 3, give I greater than or equal to 3, right? So yeah. So now it just runs, okay? So but then I just give I greater than or equal to 3 and let's see, right? Keep your cursor anywhere inside the form and option enter. Yeah, now run it. Look, now yeah, you can just go something like this. Okay, yeah. So in video, yeah, I'm just giving some more things additional than what I'm just doing in my book, right? So yeah. Yeah, that may be because like yeah, and when I write it, I understood. Now after some time, my brain has worked more, and now I understand more about this code and all those things. Okay, so look, I did try to keep a break over here like this. Okay, right, I did try to keep a break over here like this, but it didn't work. Okay, so okay, it works now. Oh God, I really don't know, right? Oh my God, it just works perfectly now, but I really don't know why it didn't work then. Okay, so look, it just works every time, right? So that's how it is, right? It just works perfectly every time, and I really don't know what happens. So now it just works. Did you see like option? Oh, okay, so now, okay, right? So option and then return, and yeah, now it's 1. I just step into it, 2, 3. So it just keeps breaking right over here, right? Now it just works, but I don't know. When I was writing my book, it didn't work. So if this works again and again properly, yeah, I will include it into in my book. Okay, so yeah. So this is how break works. It just breaks at that point. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, now yeah, I'm just done with it. Yeah, right. So yeah. And yeah, and now next I'm just going to put a file called apply discount. Okay, so over here the break worked before, like it just worked like charm, and before it didn't work over here. So maybe at that time I also put a debug over here, right? So and so this caused a lot of problems. So yeah, so let me just run it now, right? Uh, Step into okay. And this also seems to work okay, but I'm really not sure, right? So why break didn't work at the time, but now why it's working, right? I'm really not sure, right? So yeah, but the break should break over here, right? But I don't know why it's going to the print line. Okay, so and I'm not sure, right? So let me just do something like this print line. And then okay, so I will be printed twice. Okay, so and option enter, right? Okay, yeah, now it breaks. Does it really break? Okay, because both are just coming. Okay, right. I really don't know, right? So I'm getting one and even one, like it should break over here. I really don't know, right? So okay, so I don't know how it really works. Okay, yeah, so I'm not really good with breaks now, right? So yeah, I'll just quit here. But this program worked like charm for me, right? So like I just have a program called apply discount, right? Apply discount, right? So dot clc. Always your closure program should not have hyphen, it should only have underscore, right? I think maybe there are some programs in my book that really have underscore, right? That's totally wrong. That shouldn't be there. It messes up with Java ecosystem, and you shouldn't do that. So I need to correct it. I need to proofread and correct it. Yeah, this requires a lot of work. That's why I also appeal to people, like do proofread my book and tell me something so that like I can just uh, apply the necessary corrections, right? So yeah. So now let me just uh, take the unnecessary stuff out of view. Okay, right? And let me just jack out and then jack in again, right? Okay, so yeah. Okay, and I also clear this ripple and jack in, right? Okay, this is the thing, Leiningen, right? Hopefully things will work. Okay, so now we have, okay, like debug and break. Okay, so now we have this, okay, like we'll just run this anyway. Yeah, apply discount namespace is loaded. So now I just have this apply discount. Yeah, next I just have this process order, right? And then yeah, like so this will just apply discount and it'll just give you the final price. Okay, so now I just do this process orders. Okay, right? So that's the thing, right? And look, now it just breaks over here. Actually, there's a bug over here, right? That's what I'm just trying to highlight. Okay, right? The total discount is 290. Okay, that shouldn't. Okay, so this is the thing. The total minus discount. Okay, so the discount is price star one, right? It should. Okay, like the discount should. Okay, the discount is 10% of price. No, that's not the right thing. The discount should be 10% of the total. Okay, so that's the thing over here, right? So, okay. So, okay, let's say what is the total over here? It is 300. Okay, so 300 and the discount should be what to say like 30 and hence the price should be 270, right? So that's the bug over here, right? So, and similarly over here, that is the amount after discount, right? So yeah, so and the price is okay, so the total is 250 and the discount should be 25, and then the process order should be 225, right? So that's the thing. So but yeah, over here it is 290, and yeah, if I just continue, and yeah, it is 245. So these two are wrong values. So by putting a break over here, you are able to see what's wrong and all those stuff. Okay, so that's how this program works, right? So yeah, and yeah, if I just give continue, yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, like that's how this thing works. And I think if you just have break, you I don't think you can just step into stuff. Okay, so option enter. Okay, right? So and look, but you've got all these values over here. Look, this is excellent, right? So I'll just make it a little bit smaller. I'm sorry. And you've got all these values. Can you step into this? Okay, right? And yeah, you can step into, yeah, like, but yeah, like, even when you step into it, just comes to this break, and that's about it, right? So yeah, option enter, right? So not this one, yeah, process orders, and this is what I need to run it. Okay, right? Okay, so okay, so now you're just getting 290 returned, and then if I just step into it, now I'm just getting 245 returned, and yeah, this will just return 290 and 245, right? So yeah, so that's how it is, right? So break is not as good as debug if you want to go step by step, right? So this is how break works. Okay, so one thing that I just need to take is, okay, like somehow like I did okay, so break works like charm for me over here in the loop example, right? In the loop example, when I tried break, then it didn't work, but now it just works perfectly. So maybe I also need to add this to my book, but I'm not sure, right? So yeah, like uh, let me just try it a few more times and then add it to my book. So yeah, this is how you debug stuff, apply breakpoints in Leiningen project with nREPL using Calva, right? Anyway, thanks to Calva once again, right? Without Calva, I don't think I would have gone anywhere in Clojure. And yeah, thanks very much. Okay. Anyway, for people who are watching this video, thanks a lot. And do tell me your feedback and comments. Due to some people's feedback and comments, I have been able to improve this Clojure book by a lot. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this video.